One reign of terror is over, is another one starting. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki to step down after 9 years. Round of applause for that, okay? Like, she ushered in the objectively worst period for YouTube. Like, there's no competition at all whatsoever. Prior to her arrival, there was no adpocalypse. There were no nebulous YouTube strikes trying to prop up the experts in the science. YouTube used to be a hell of a trip back in the cut, but now it's a place that you go, grow an audience, and then hopefully transition it off to another platform that will actually let you talk about things, stream some content, and not have to worry about the sword of Damocles that's hanging over everybody's head if you don't subscribe to the correct talking points. Because if you want to be successful, here's the blueprint. Makeup tutorials, low vibrational reaction videos where you just go, huh, that's cool. All right, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one, okay, guys? Or just be a lefty political streamer. All three of those things, hey, man, it's just easy money that's out there. You'll get anything that you want in the game. All of your hard work will be subsequently paid off triple-fold. Or if you want to be if you just want to be honest with your audience, if you want to have a good time, just say a couple of crosswords, not worry about being arbitrarily taken down at any point in time. Well, yesterday might have been a day of a glimmer of hope until you realize who's replacing her, and well, it's YouTube's chief executive and one of the first Google employees, Susan Wojcicki, is stepping down from her role at the tech giant that started in her garage nearly 25 years ago. She's still staying on as an advisor to Sundar Pichai, so let's not be too enthusiastic about this news. Wojcicki, 54, I could have swore that she doesn't look a day over 68, will be replaced by her deputy, Neal Mohan. We'll talk about him in a second, a senior advising and product executive who joined Google in 2008. He's done actually a lot of good things for YouTube, and like I said, we'll get into what he's done lately. Change of guard comes as YouTube's advertising revenues fell for the second straight quarter amid intense competition for viewing time with short-form video services such as TikTok and Facebook's Reels and streaming services like Netflix. But realistically, YouTube's the OG when it comes to content creation. Like Facebook Reels, TikTok, Instagram Shorts, all of those things didn't exist before YouTube. But Susan constantly chasing those trends, constantly aggravating her user base, that's what led to these types of diminishing returns. Like, you initiated the adpocalypse because Steven Crowder got lippy with a Vox reporter. You artificially inflated his channel. He has, 3 videos that's on there? And the last time that he's been active, LeBron James was still in South Beach. There have been very few improvements on this website since she's taken over. That it's terrific to see her go, but we'll see. Mohan, a Stanford graduate, was appointed Chief Product Officer of YouTube in 2015. He focused on building YouTube Shorts, music, and subscriptions offerings in the role. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But first, what sparked all of this stuff? Lord have mercy, who knows? Strikes me as a forced exit caused by YouTube's underperformance in recent quarters. What's less clear is whether Mohan, who's been relatively low profile to date, has the leadership qualities to get YouTube back on track. It is so easy. Just stop stifling creativity. Stop pushing your failure projects like H3H3, who has lost, 120,000 subscribers on his channels? Oh yeah, that stuff gets pushed all the time. Hassan clips where he just sits there and goes, duh! You want to let that stuff go. What made YouTube YouTube? Individual voices, mediocre production quality, and the opportunity to grow instead of just being constantly stifled by arbitrary strikes or shadow bans. Just about everybody that I watch on the platform has a story about being dicked over by the algorithm. Hey, I got my own, man. The highest performing video on my channel, my recap of the stupid video testimony day, for whatever reason, that was the most successful one. It ended up catching a wave on the algorithm for whatever reason. 24,000 views. And then right at midnight Eastern time, flatlines and dies. Bro, here, I might as well just pull it up. I'll show you. There you go. You can see it right there, man. This is the video that got me monetized, so don't worry about, you made 11 cents on the video. He had 24,000, just about 25,000. It would have hit 25,000. But yeah, you take a look at that. It goes straight up in the air. and then flatlines. Absolutely no movement after the first day. Yeah, listen, first day, and then, yeah, you just scan over a little bit, 250 views. 250 views after the initial 24,000, and then it hasn't done dick since. You can't tell me with a straight face that that isn't total algorithmic suppression. And that's the type of stuff that Susan ushered in. Anybody who's been watching YouTube knows. And YouTube of 2014, 2015, oh my lord, that was a hell of a good time. Streaming was just coming in. Like, there were a couple of good things right at the beginning of her reign, but then she started to just kneecap everybody. Made it difficult for anybody to really bust through. But at 54 years old, and I don't know if she has any kids or anything like that, and says that she wants to take time to be with her family, and we actually got the statement right here. Dear creators, you don't care. You talk to like 5 of them, and then outside of that, you just wish that most of them are just off the platform. You've talked specifically, and most of the policies are tailored to news content creators, whatever you want to call them. It's just a small portion of our audience, but you try to minimize their impact, but yet you go to all of these lengths in order to stifle our reach. Interesting. Okay, earlier today I sent an email to employees announcing that I'd be stepping back from my role as head of YouTube to start a new chapter focused on my family, health, and personal projects I'm passionate about. At 54, that's a good time to start focusing on your family. It's been the honor of my career and the front row seat to the incredible YouTube community you have built and that you killed off. Your stories of perseverance, creativity, a lot of perseverance, creativity, yeah, to try to get around your stupid nebulous guidelines, and inspiration were a daily source of motivation and inspired me to advocate and steward for this community you all created. It was the constant highlight of my job to sit down with you. You didn't listen to anybody. You were just accepting bought and paid for awards. Free speech Advocate of the Year, Susan Wojcicki, at the same time that you were putting in those stupid medical misinformation strikes that just about everybody that you know and love ended up getting hit multiple times with. But yes, she was listening. Sure she was. And sometimes you said, oh, what she said was tough and candid, and I just took that note and I crinkled it up and threw it away. But it was important for me and the wider YouTube team to listen, to do, and do better. Do better. Today, the YouTube community is incredibly strong. Bro, it is nearly on the brink if we're going to keep it a buck. You're building businesses and following your dreams. You will continue to have somebody committed to building and advocating for creators at the helm of YouTube. Advocating for creators. The ones that you guys like. YouTube's longtime chief product officer, Neal Mohan, will take over the leadership role. He is an excellent leader. No, we've heard and seen otherwise, and understands this community and what it needs today, tomorrow, and in the future. Plan to stay on for a period of time to help Neal in the transition. Oh, of course you will with transitions. And will serve as an advisor to Google and Alphabet. I remain just as convinced today as I started 9 years ago that YouTube's best days are ahead of it. From shorts, get fucked with shorts. God, I'm so tired of seeing that nonsense. Oh, we're starting to monetize that. That shit has failed. Like, just stop it. To podcasting, streaming, to subscriptions. I'm excited to see what comes next. And with Neal and our incredible team of employees, you will all be in good hands. Finally, thank you for everything over the years. Yeah, I'm just tired of this model and nonsense. With admiration. Just get fucked, lady. Just don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out yet. Fucking bucktooth Becky. Nobody wants to see you anymore. So who's the new guy? Who's the new dude that's coming in? Neal Mohan. See a little nepotism going on. You got Sundar Pichai up at the top, and then you got another Indian cat. I see what you're doing, Alphabet. I'll see you over there. 6 things you should know about new YouTube's chief, Neal Mohan. Is he better than Susan? Long story short, no. Is he worse than Susan? Perhaps. Alright, YouTube, former chief product officer, and Wojcicki's longtime top lieutenant. Great, yeah. So this is like if Joe Biden was, God forbid, a banana. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. If he were to step down right now, you'd get Kamala Harris. Longtime deputy, right? Yuck. He has a strong background in advertising. Great. So maybe he's the money man that YouTube is pining for. Before coming to Google in 2007, Mohan was senior president of strategy and product development at online ad company DoubleClick. As part of that role, he built the company's strategic plan, led the product management team, and grew the business. But that type of stuff has changed vastly in the past 15, 16 years. He played a critical role in the sale of DoubleClick to Google. Oh my God. Just nepotism all the way around, and led to the integration of the two businesses. Before he moved over to YouTube, he was SVP of display and video ads for Google. He has overseen YouTube's battles with TikTok. Yep, just descending down that same failure pipeline. Nobody wants shorts. If you want short form content like that, go over to TikTok. But I've got another video coming out very shortly that actually plays pretty nicely into this as well. Just a little bit of a spoiler on that one. If you think that the government is being altruistic about wanting to ban TikTok over censorship, it has nothing to do with it. Rather than just slapping a clone of the service, as some other social media sites did, the division launched YouTube Shorts in September 2020. How is it different? How is YouTube Shorts different than TikTok? I'm not on TikTok or anything like that, but they look awfully the same, given the fact that a lot of TikToks are just copy pasted over and become YouTube Shorts. YouTube or Instagram Stories, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, all of that type of stuff. What's the difference there? It's legitimately the exact same stuff, just copied over to your platform of choice. Oh, it started in India. Oh my God. To test and refine its short form content within 5 months, it was getting 3.5 billion views a day in the country today. Well, India has over 1 billion people in it, so it's not exactly all that amazing, really. Today it gets 30 billion views per day. Yeah, and the rest of the world, like, that ain't shit if we're being completely honest. Big-ish YouTube channels, guys who get like 250,000, 300,000 views per video, they get like 1 million views a day. Like, what are we doing here? Shorts is now global, and Mohan last September made a push for creators to monetize their content, saying YouTube would pay a portion of the revenue Shorts generate. I have no idea what the revenue split is when it comes to Shorts. I couldn't be bothered. I think it's low vibrational, low frequency content that just offers you nothing. But hey man, if you want to be one of those bots that's just constantly glued to their screen and they just continue to scroll in order to find, you know, the perfect ass, because it's just soft pornography if you see any of that, but whatever, man. An extension of the YouTube Partner Program for longer videos. Yeah. Based on viewership totals, of course, because it's kind of tough to monetize that stuff, but you made the changes to allow some sort of licensed music. Don't know if that's made its way over, but still got a stupid copyright claim for playing a Twitter video on one of the Andrew Tate videos, which is just so dumb to begin with. He played a pivotal role in some of YouTube's biggest products. I kind of like this because some of the additions that he made, pretty good, man, but one of them kind of tells the tale of where I think YouTube's going to be going in a couple of years' time, and it's not good. Shorts is getting most of the attention these days, and it's going to ultimately lead to the end of the company if they don't reform it and, I don't know, stop prioritizing it, because your bread and butter at YouTube, it's equivalent to a hardware store, going from a full array of content to just only selling fasteners, screws, nails, bolts, just that stuff. Well, that's what people like to use the most. Other stores sell a lot of fasteners. We're just going to start doing this. It's like, no, people come to YouTube for everything, bro. Do-it-yourself content, music content, information content, podcasts, trailers. YouTube is synonymous. It's the second largest search engine that's out there, and the first one is its parent company. How are you going to figure out how to delint a dryer in 45 seconds? You're not. But anyways, he's actually done some other things that are pretty decent. YouTube Music, that's actually a pretty dope system, and given the fact that all the music videos were being put on and produced specifically for YouTube, that's a pretty good thing. And Premium, you know, this is just going to be a little bit sus, and I don't know, maybe might take a bite out of my own revenue, but that's fine. YouTube Premium, YouTube Red, wherever it's at, it's probably the best value that you can get. No ads on YouTube, which is a godsend in and of itself. And then you get free access to YouTube Music, which is a pretty banging service, to be completely honest. And I think that they constantly run offers for it, and it's definitely underpriced. But I got the whole, you know, family gimmick, and you got 4 people that you can put on the account for $20 a month. Like, that's Canadian dollars and Canadian funny money, so it'll be different wherever you're at, and for the vast majority of my audience, you're in the United States, so your mileage may vary, and it might be a little bit different. I think it's, what, 15 or 16 bucks for the family pack, but whatever, man. It's good value. But he also ushered in YouTube TV. And what's YouTube TV? Where YouTube is trying to go. Because, man, YouTube is no longer going to be YouTube. Give it enough time, it's going to become ThemTube. Because peak the other thing that he's done as well. He's been working to address extremist content on the platform. What do you mean by that? Last September, Mohan testified before Congress and attended a White House summit where he unveiled a new content moderation policy at YouTube, targeting violent extremism on the site. Well, what exactly is violent extremism? An extension of the existing policies that focused on groups like ISIS, an extension of the policy that goes after legitimate terrorist organizations. How far are we expanding this stuff? I think you know exactly what I mean by that. The new policy prohibited content like glorified violence or attempts to recruit or fundraise for extremist groups. What are extremist groups? Whatever YouTube says. And I know I've been hit by that policy when I showed that one video of that creep who had the hatchet at the Manhattan McDonald's. That video came up. It was weird because I had it in the background. It got fully monetized. And then by the time that I had anything to do about it, it got age restricted and then it got struck. The only thing that I showed were the kids that were just trying to beat him about the back of the head before he ended up pulling out that hatchet and going ham on a glass divider and a table. But that's the type of glorified violence that they need to take off the platform. Or maybe it was the second half of that video where I described that emotional men are dangerous men, and case in point right here. Because he doesn't get into the nitty-gritty to what an extremist group is. It could be anything from ISIS to the Proud Boys. Yeah, no. There you go. Anything that the government, big tech, wants to label as an extremist group, alright, bet. We'll just snatch you up off the platform and we'll just stick in some Hollywood subscription service. That's what we're seeing here, man. YouTube at the same time began a media literacy campaign to help viewers, especially younger ones, identify manipulation tactics used to spread misinformation. That's the new CEO, the guy who is teaching right and wrong think. Oh, Lord. Twitter tried hard to recruit him back under the old regime, so that should tell you all you need to know about that. YouTube isn't the only business that gets his attention. Yeah, he's since 2015 he's been on the board, consumer genetics and research company 23andMe. Yeah, just another genetic tracking program. But YouTube TV, that's going to be the future of YouTube. All of these content moderations, spotting misinformation. You know who doesn't spout misinformation? Well, that would be the establishment. And this is another one of those moves. One of those things that he was very instrumental in procuring the rights to. Just put an NFL Sunday ticket on YouTube for billions of dollars. Billions of dollars, bro. YouTube is paying about $2 billion annually for residential rights over the next 7 years. A $14 billion deal over 7 years. Sunday Ticket will be available through YouTube TV, a digital bundle, and an a la carte through YouTube's primetime channels. YouTube is going to become the old cable network because there's a streaming bubble that has burst right now. You see Disney losing billions of dollars per quarter. Netflix cracking down on password sharing. HBO Max is only available in the United States. Like, what the hell is actually going on? And then all of those other little streaming platforms that are out there, they're either running ads before, after, during the program that you're watching. Everything that you hated about cable television is coming to YouTube. Just give it a long enough time frame. Don't believe me? I found this story here as well. CBC signals plan to go full streaming, ending traditional TV and radio broadcasts. That's allegedly Canada's national broadcaster going exclusively online. They torched the ground. They salted the earth when it comes to cable television. They ruined the landscape from there, and there was an alternative that was out there. That was YouTube. They were fulfilling the needs of the audience that was left lacking from the likes of CBC. This is just in Canada, but NBC, ABC, CBS, all of the traditional platforms that failed. Now they have a willing and receptive money guy now in charge at YouTube, and there is still a lot of advertising dollars at those networks. Thank God for Rumble. It might have seemed like there was a little bit of hope that was going to be out there. That Susan was going to be down. They're going to replace her with somebody who's going to be in it for the creators. But no. They brought in somebody who's going to be in it for the business. And it's not to make it any better for the creators. It's to make it more tenable for the new incoming creators, the old ones that made YouTube profitable, that made YouTube the place to be about 10 years ago. But don't worry, that'll be Rumble very, very shortly. Not the whole selling out or anything like that. That's just going to be where creators have to go because our time on this platform, it's limited. That's the way that I see it. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.